Hello and welcome to session 2 of biotechnology lecture series and the paper 2 biochemistry. The topic of today's discussion is properties of water. So in this topic we'll be discussing about the geometry of water and why water is important and how water acts as an universal solvent, and we will also discuss about the properties of water. Okay, so these are some of the extraordinary properties of water. So water can form cloud, water can form moisture, water can form wave, and water can form get frozen and form ice. So we see water in different forms. Yeah, so this water is a wonderful substance. So at 0 degree, it behaves as ice. Somewhere between 0 degree and 100 degree, it behaves as a liquid. And at 0 degree centigrade, it is steam. It is in the form of the vapor. So water consists of an atom bound to two hydrogen atoms by two single covalent bonds. So water is polar in nature and has opposite charge ends. So this is how the structure of water is. So this is central oxygen atom which is negatively charged, and you have two hydrogen atoms bound to oxygen atom and they have small delta plus charge. So this is how polar the water is. It possesses both the charges. So in frozen water, this is the ordered structure. It forms a solid structure which we call it as an ice. So you can see the ordered arrangement of oxygen molecules which are shown in orange color and to which hydrogen atoms are connected. So this is how the ordered arrangement of water molecules. So in case of vapor structure, the molecules of water are random. So this is one molecule of H2O, this is another molecule of H2O, and in case of liquid, they are semi-ordered. They may be arranged in one, twos or threes or something like that. The most ordered structure of water we see in ice. So water consists of an oxygen atom bound to two hydrogen atoms by two single covalent bonds. So water is polar molecule and has oppositely charged ends. So this is an oxygen atom with 8 protons and 8 neutrons, and it also has 8 electrons. And so this is how the hydrogen atoms are sharing and they are forming a covalent bond uh, uh, with the oxygen atom, and this is an the unpaired electrons of oxygen atom, they possesses a small negative charge. We call it as delta minus, and hydrogen atom has a small delta positive charge. Oxygen has an unpaired and paired electrons which gives it a slightly negative charge, while hydrogen has no unpaired electrons and shares all other with oxygen. This leaves oxygen molecule with a positive and a negative charged ends. Water molecules form hydrogen bonds. So this is how hydrogen bond is formed between water molecules, and these hydrogen bonds are very important. So this is one molecule of water. So this is one oxygen atom, and these are two hydrogen atoms. So this is another molecule of water. So this is one, this is two, and you can see there is a formation of hydrogen bond. There is a formation of hydrogen bond. Uh, so this is dotted line structure. Okay, so this dotted line structure is a hydrogen bond that is being formed between one delta minus and delta plus. So the delta plus hydrogen is of molecule number 1, and the delta minus, the oxygen, is of molecule number 2. So the formation of the hydrogen bond between the delta plus of one hydrogen and delta minus of the nearby oxygen atom is called as a hydrogen bond between plus and minus areas of the two different molecules. And the importance of hydrogen bonds we will see later. So this is a wonderful chemistry of water. So water, when it gets condensed, it gets condensed into a gas, So the liquids gets changes into a vapor. So liquid gets condensed into gas, or it can be vice versa. Gas can be uh, condensed into a liquid, or liquids can get evaporated into gases. Similarly, when water freezes, it turns into a solid. We call it as an ice, and when this solid melts, it become liquids. And again, this reaction is vice versa. And sometimes the solid gets converted into directly solid changing into a gas or vapor. We call it as sublimation, and the gas can sometimes become solid through fast formation. So this is again a vice versa reaction. The two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, they form a covalent bond, and each hydrogen atom of water molecule shares an electron with the central oxygen atom, and they form an angle, uh, uh, and the angle is 104.5 degree. So it is 104.5 degree, whereas in case of carbon it is 109.5. So still we call this structure as a very similar like carbon chemistry. It is very similar like carbon chemistry. uh, so water also has a tetrahedral geometry. So the geometry of molecule is determined by the shape of the outer electron orbitals. In water it is same as it is in carbon sp3 hybridization. So water is not a perfect tetrahedron, and hence its bond angle is 104.5 degree instead of 109.5 degree. The extraordinary properties of water due to the polar nature of the water molecule. So thus water is a polar molecule. It means it has a charge. It has a delta plus charge and it has a delta minus charge. So the oxygen atom acts as a negative or electronegative, and hydrogen atom acts as a positive or electropositive. The hydrogen bond is formed between highly electronegative atom of a polar molecule and hydrogen atoms of a polar molecule. They form, break and reform with high frequency. Lifetime of each hydrogen bond is 1 to 20 picoseconds, and a new hydrogen bond is formed within 0.1 picoseconds. Hydrogen atom acts as a positive and is electropositive, and one hydrogen bond is weak but many put together are strong. Since water molecules uh, are polar and nearly tetrahedral, so each water molecule can form hydrogen bond with four adjacent molecules. So this is one hydrogen bond. This is one hydrogen bond. This is second. This is third. This is fourth. So this way, one molecule of water can form four hydrogen bonds, adjacent bonds. The properties of water. Water possesses cohesion, adhesion, high specific heat, density, greatest density at 4 degrees centigrade, and universal solvent of life. We will discuss this. So cohesion and surface tension. Attraction between water molecules of same substance, between molecules of the same substance is called as cohesion, and surface tension is the result of cohesive forces. You can see here, uh, uh, see water molecule due to two water surface acts like stretched membrane, and water allows water striders to walk over the surface. See, the cohesion is nothing but water molecules have affinity with other water molecules. They try to attract between the molecules of the same substance. We call this phenomena as cohesion, right? And this creates a kind of surface tension, and on which small insects can glide. Adhesion is attraction between two different substances. Water will make hydrogen bonds with other surfaces such as glass, soil, plant tissues, and cotton. And attachment of water molecule is called as to the surfaces is called as adhesion. Water also possesses capillary action. Water molecules will tow each other along when in a thin glass test tube. So we call this as capillary force. See, we have seen that when we place a capillary in any beaker filled with some solvent, uh, the molecules of water try to rise, and this rise is due to the capillary force. And water molecules cling together. One water molecule attaches with the other molecule and they rise into the capillary, and this is due to the capillary force. An important phenomena, absorption of water through the root hairs, is due to this capillary action. High specific heat. Water can absorb or release large amount of heat energy with little change in actual temperature. And water serves as a large heat sink responsible for prevention of temperature fluctuations that are outside the range suitable for life. And it also maintain moderate temperature on the earth. The density of water or ice is 10% uh, less dense than water. That's why uh, ice floats on the water. So we know that when we look at water and ice, the when we take around 1000 ml of water, when we compare 1000 ml of water with the ice made from 1000 milliliters of water, the density of ice is almost double. It is due to the formation of the hydrogen bonds. It is due to the formation of the hydrogen bonds. In liquids, the hydrogen bonds are formed, they form, they reform, they break, like that. Whereas in case of ice, the hydrogen bonds are stable. So this is how the volume of ice is more when compared to, and the density is also low of ice when compared to water. So that is why ice can glide on the surface of water. And water is universal solvent. Water is most part of solutions and suspensions. Hydrogen bonds are unique to water. They can readily form between a hydrogen acceptor, which is usually oxygen or nitrogen, and hydrogen donor, which is a molecule with hydrogen covalently bonded to another electronegative atom. Solute affects the qualitative properties of aqueous solution. Physical properties of solvent like water: vapor pressure, boiling point, melting point, freezing point, and osmotic pressure. The effect depends on the number of solute particles in a given amount of water. So this is the last part, some important hydrogen bonds in biological systems. So we have one acceptor and we have a donor. So when we look in case of nucleic acids, so these are the important hydrogen bonds that stabilizes the helix. In case of protein as well, the secondary structures, or it can be the tertiary structures, they are being stabilized by these hydrogen bonds. And in case of DNA base pairs, nitrogen bases adenine pairs with the thymine with two hydrogen bonds. Even the helix is stabilized by the hydrogen bonds. Cellulose is also, which is a polysaccharide. Here, these are being uh, crystalline assemblies are being stabilized by these hydrogen bonds. So this is the importance of hydrogen bonds in biological systems. So I hope I have discussed about the importance of water. Thank you one and all.